back to Local Black Girls Podcast, where today it is me and Brooke back together again.
Yes.
After your podcast you had last week by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
How did that feel, being solo?
It was a little weird.
Yeah.
But I mean, I enjoyed it though. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I remember when I did mine solo, I was like, this is like kind of peaceful. I'm just kind of like talking out loud, kind of like a little diary, except I'm talking out loud, I'm not writing.
Yeah.
But this podcast is a little different. We're doing an unpopular opinions. Things that like I guess are unpopular. Some things actually I feel like a lot of people do agree with. Well, I'd say they're more controversial. And we're eating snacks. So
yeah, I'm hungry.
Don't mind the noise or
I'm hungry.
The chewing. I don't chew loud, do I? Guess so.
I'm probably eating.
Alright. So number one. My first unpopular opinion is feminism is for white women. And I say that because the feminist movement started for white women wanting equal rights as like white men. It didn't even include us. They only included us
because I feel like the civil rights movements at that time was helping push that women's movement forward.
Mm-hmm. So they kind of wanted us to join forces with them. But some white women, like the feminists, they were really for themselves. And like they add us in just to make us feel included so they don't get like backlash and stuff like that. But I mean, like, obviously there's some feminist things that I agree with.
Yeah.
But overall, like, I feel like feminism has like changed. Like,
it really has. And I feel like this is what I say. I don't care. This is what I'm gonna say.
Say it.
I'm gonna say I don't like the feminists that are constantly always attacking men for no reason. Like, I'm like, literally, like, a man would have been doing this. A man would literally just, like, breathe. Mm-hmm. And then, like, you have a bunch of feminists on him and stuff like that. And I feel like that needs to stop. Because I'm like, now you're actually starting to, like, hate instead of, like, actually trying to, like, push forward what you're talking about.
Equality. Because, like, some women, they do, like, they're literally like, we hate men. Like, let's get rid of them. And I'm just like, don't say that.
Yeah.
Don't say that.
Yeah. Don't say that.
Don't get rid of men.
Don't say that.
Get rid of some of them. Because, yes, some of them are terrible. Like,
yes.
Goodbye. Off the face of the earth. But, okay. Next one, I said, cancel culture is necessary to teach people a lesson. Yeah. But we don't always follow through with cancel culture. Like, we'll cancel someone. There's like, people I've been able to talk. Tana Mojo has been canceled so many times. She's still relevant. And I'm not going to lie, like, yeah, I watch her. Yeah, I follow her on Instagram because she's funny. And I like her content, even though she's a little out there sometimes. But, do you.
But this one's like, this one I'm going to kind of, be a little different than you because yes, I do agree with some cancel culture, but for the most part, sometimes I really don't agree with it. So for cancel culture has now become another way to attack minorities.
Ooh.
Like, I've seen cancel culture used to, like, attack the minorities all the time. Like, I've seen even with, like, Candace Owens and, like, her and, like, the whole, like, George Floyd thing. What she tweeted on whatever Twitter, right? And I'm just like, people are using it to, like, literally attack minorities for absolutely, like, no reason at all.
Trying to dismiss and cancel George
basically turning it into, like, a whole entire race thing. I'm like, we weren't even trying to turn it into that.
Yeah.
And, like, it got turned into that, so.
Yeah. I don't like Candace Owens.
Yeah. We don't like her.
Something in my throat. I'm so sorry. Stop calling black women who are passionate about what they're talking about angry. Oh my God. Ever since the start of this podcast and me voicing my opinion, you probably feel the same way. Like, I think people look at me a little bit differently now. I think people are like, she's very opinionated and she says how it is. And I'm just like, yeah, we should all really be real like that and say how it is.
But
like,
honestly, we've been like this.
Yeah.
We just didn't put it out there.
Yeah.
Because,
like, cancel culture. Like, we probably have said so many things to offend people and stuff like that, but, like, it's based on us telling our experience as black women walking through this world and people get mad. I'm like, how do you think I felt speaking on my own experience in this world? But then, yeah, I'm angry and I'm this and I'm that. Whatever. I mean, label me what you want, but at the end of the day, I can go to bed.
Yeah. Yeah.
I sleep like a baby. Y'all stay hating on bougie black women.
You know what the first thing they call them? No, there's two things that they will call them a hoe.
Yeah.
Say, they're chasing after men. Or secondly, they'll start to basically call them, like, masculine and say, like, they're, like, for example, like, Megan Thee Stallion, like, out here, she's literally doing what she set out to do.
Living her
And literally,
best
y'all are
life.
hating on her, calling her, like, a man, a horse, like...
Because you're mad she has money and she's in a better spot financially than you, so you want to run your mouth.
Yeah, like, I'm like, she's literally, leave black women alone, honestly. Like, stop bothering us for no reason.
People just be picking on them. We're just over here just breathing. People like, I hate black women.
Yeah, like, literally, okay, I'm not going to... Whatever. I swear, this is kid, he's such a fan of me. Literally, at my track practice, he's such a fan. Literally, he has never, like, I'll just say anything. Like, I'll breathe, I'll say anything. This dude's turning around, like, whispering something. I said, you want to say that out loud? And then he's like, no. Like, he's just out... He's, like, so much fan behavior and honestly hating on me for, like, no reason.
I don't think that's hate. He probably likes you. Thinks you're
no.
cute.
I got Cassidy in that. I can't even. I can't.
Speaking of Cassidy, I put stop assuming dysfunction in interracial relationships. And when I say that, I mean to say that people, like, look at interracial relationships and be like, they're not going to get along because they're two different races. Like, obviously, like, there's white people who understand, like, the system and everything, and you don't, like, I feel like when you date in your own race, you guys understand each other because you kind of walk through the same shoes, and white people can understand that.
Yeah. I feel like you have to find the right one.
Yeah.
Because when you find the wrong one, you know how it turns out.
Yeah, they end up being, like, racist or something.
Yeah.
But it's just all about, like, getting to that person, and, like, if that person is even open to, like, learning about your culture and who you are, like, that's how you know. Like, when they're asking questions, like, oh, what does this mean? What does that mean? Or, like, can you explain this to me? They're actually, like, doing the work, like, coming to you with questions and answers because that person, like, wants to love you and get to know you more. Even though they, like, just stop assuming stuff about interracial relationships. Because, baby, until you're in one, you know. Kylie Jenner gets her looks from black culture.
Now, it's weird because actually we were actually kind of talking about this. Was it last night? The other night? I don't remember.
Either last night or a couple nights.
This one I'm gonna say. Yeah, you know what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say. You know what? I'm gonna say it.
Say it.
I'm sorry, but y'all
don't say anything.
No, y'all. This is what I'm gonna say. Did y'all like Kylie before she got all the surgery, or after the surgery? Just answer that for me. Just answer
the question.
No, that's all.
I mean, yeah, I think that answers itself.
Well, and also her whole family does that too. Honestly,
yeah. There's so many like black artists they just like stole stuff from and then like they've gotten sued over it. I'm just like, dude, like, just be creative. Come up, like, actually sit down, dig deep, do something. Pull the creativity out of you instead of stealing from someone else.
Mm-hmm.
And then not even whatever. You can't take my black card. There are so many people who are like, oh, if you do this and that, you're not valid, like, you're not actually black, I'm taking your black card. And I'm just like, if I'm black and I live here, and if you're black and live over there, what makes us different? That you live over here and you live over there, we're both black. Like, you can't, you know what I mean? You can't just strip me of that.
Right. I think that happens a lot. I think that especially also happens with, like, us, like, living in, like, a white area, too. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like some black people who don't live in, like, a white area, because try to say, like, you know, oh, like, you know, for example, the whole talking differently.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, oh, like, you just act differently. It's just, like, all this kind of stuff. I'm just like, okay, I don't understand why we're always trying to pin ourselves, like, against each other.
Exactly.
I'm like, we already have, like, enough things against us. Like, we don't need, like, our own people, like, constantly being against
us and like, exactly. Like, divide and conquer. If we're divided, there's no way we can come together. There's power in the people.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of y'all are willfully ignorant towards colorism. Like, blatant colorism. Like, can we talk about the casting on Netflix? Where's the representation? Like, it's literally all the same characters. Like, they cast... I do love Zendaya, though. I love her so much. They cast Zendaya, Amanda Stenberg. What's the other girl's name?
I'm trying to know what you're talking about.
Okay, All American does have good representation, though. They do. Did you have any unpopular opinions?
I was going to kind of just not go based off.
Go based off me. Let me see what else I have on here.
Yeah.
Being toxic isn't cute.
Oh yeah, we gotta stop that. We really gotta stop that.
But it's funny though. I'm not gonna lie. Being toxic is very funny and entertaining. But
to an extent.
Yeah, to an extent. Sometimes it goes too far, and like toxicity kills, I guess, in a way. If it does go too far, but like being petty, you can be petty, but don't be like toxic to where you're like.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna lie, I love being petty towards everybody. Like I do. Like if I'm petty towards you, it's not like you. Honestly, at this point,
it's because you have issues.
I don't. But anyways.
Dang. I feel like we didn't have enough.
I mean, I just feel like, okay, so this is my pal opinion. Okay, this one I'm gonna say. Okay, can we? I don't know. This is not okay. This is also just kind of like an opinion I have. I feel like a lot of times, like when it comes to like sports and stuff like that, I feel like people automatically like see like a black person, and like if like they're not like athletic, then like like they're like a drug dealer. Like you know what I mean? Like I feel like even shows portray that too. Like even shows like it's like either like you have like the black athlete or it's one over here like trying to like I feel like that was shown in Grand Army.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It was kind of like I don't know. I just feel like I see that a lot in shows. And I feel like I don't like how like either like you're this black person or this black person. I'm like black people can be whatever we want to be. Like I don't like I hate that we're always being typecast in like some kind of role, stuff like that. And it's like it's not like necessarily being an athlete isn't necessarily positive because then if they're the athlete, then they're struggling at home. They have like a falling like you know their family's falling apart at home. And it's just like
it's like they feel like those are our only options. So people think a way out is through sports or through all that.
Yeah.
I wish like my unpopular opinion is I wish. Actually, no, I don't even think that counts as an unpopular opinion. I just wish like people would stop looking at us as not human. Like black people have like literally never done anything to anyone, but yet we're in the situation that we're in, and people continue to remind us that we're less than human.
Yeah, and I feel like sometimes even when we have white friends, we feel like we have to like play a role, like we have to play a certain role with them. Mm-hmm. Like we have to be like, okay, like we're our black, like we're the black friends, so it's our opportunity to like do this and that. Mm-hmm. But sometimes it's like a negative thing. Like sometimes
you don't speak your mind because like you're afraid like of them stereotyping you, like or them demonizing you, something that you're not.
And I notice especially with my guy friends sometimes too. Like I feel like sometimes they feel like they have to like play along with it, like letting them say the N-word, like letting them like put like monkey emojis like under their pictures and stuff like that, because like they feel like they kind of have to play along with it, so that they're not seen as like we're just messing around, we're not trying to like, but like I'm like no, I'm like we shouldn't accept it from anybody, like, just because you're trying to be friends with them, like, and that's something that white people need to understand, or like any kind of person to understand.
It's crazy because like thinking about this now, I think back to so many stories, like things that I've like let white people do. I don't want to say do me because that sounds like a case.
Yeah.
But I've let like, because like growing up over here, like certain things that I let things slide or people said, and I was just like, in that moment you're like, should I say something? Like, what do I say? Like, I'm the only black person in this room. Like, I can guarantee nobody's going to be on my side. Like, when I speak up, people are going to look at me like I'm crazy and I don't know what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. So it's like keeping quiet for so many years, like, because like you're afraid you won't have friends or something.
Yeah.
Like you think you want to be liked, so you like try to fit in.
And also, I feel like I hate feeling like, I mean, obviously it's good to be friends with black people, but I always feel like if there's that one black person over there, I feel like I just have to be friends with them. Like I don't know if that's just like I feel like I have to, because I feel like it'd be wrong if I didn't. I feel like I shouldn't feel like I You know what I
know
mean?
what you
I
mean.
don't know, but
like, not gonna lie, every time I watch a TV show and there's a black person, I'm rooting for you automatically.
yeah,
I want you to win.
even like the like reality TV show, like the game shows and stuff like that. I'm like, I'm rooting for you guys.
That black family on Family Feud, you better win.
Literally.
You better take home the win for us.
Mm-hmm. But I think that's also because I feel like we've never had people on our side too, so I think we always forget to like support each other and stuff. Yeah.
Literally, that's all we want. We just need to come together, support each other, stop the hate. Allies, be allies. Stop faking it. If you don't like us, go in a ditch.
Yeah. Because honestly, don't be faking it, trying to post up, trying to seem like you're with us, and then turns out, oh, you did this about a couple years. Like,
stop. Like, just stop talking at this point. Like, go away. Oh, I wish I had more, but that was good. I had a lot of unpopular opinions.
Mm-hmm.
This is my new like journal book. I've been like writing and stuff, guys.
Yeah, she's a writer now.
No.
Yeah, she is.
I'm not a writer.
She's gonna make like a book now. She's gonna sell it.
No, you know what's crazy? Is in this book. Oh my god, should I tell this?
I don't know what you're about to tell.
I don't know. This is turning into a whole other video.
Yeah.
So on my 18th, this was the day after my 18th birthday, I like got this journal and I was like, oh, I'm gonna start writing. And so literally the first page is like me talking about how I felt the day after my 18th birthday and like thinking back to like the mental, like the space I was in my head. Depression's real. And like I think this pandemic has like really made people like suffer a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of loss, a lot of death and everything, and people just take time like for yourself and like to reflect and to grow.
Yeah.
And like actually like step back and acknowledge what's going on in your life, like the hurt, the pain. Like if you need to go to therapy, like go to therapy. Because I'm telling you, like, when you come out of stuff like this and you remember who you are, it's the best feeling. Because you know you like overcame that low part in your life.
Yeah, I mean, this is another thing, kind of like I'm probably kind of popped in my head, is like we have to stop telling people like that like they're okay like when they're not okay. Like, you know what I mean? Like basically, like somebody's like saying like, you know, oh, like I'm feeling this way and stuff like that. Like don't necessarily just like downplay and be like, oh, you know, it's probably just like blah blah. Like you can't just like push people's like feelings aside when they tell you like they're feeling a certain way. Like just like believe them. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like when like people like say like, oh, you know, like for example, like because I know depressed gets thrown around a lot, but like if somebody says they're depressed, like just try to like help them. You know what I mean? Because I feel
don't say like, oh, that's not real. You don't have that. Like
yeah. Because I'm like, how do you know what's up? To be honest, you literally don't know what somebody's going through. Like you really don't. Unless they like literally like tell you. Like otherwise, you have no clue what's going on.
Exactly. And like I try to be conscious like that more going throughout my day. Like if someone's being mean or rude, I try to like not look within myself, but like try to understand maybe that person's going through something. Like people only see what you show them and tell them. Mm-hmm. So you never know what someone's going through. So I think, you know, be cautious of what you say and do to people.
Because I know I come off as being really mean. But no, but I really am like that kind of person where if somebody's like actually down, like I actually try to make them happy and stuff like that. So I mean, yeah. No, I do. Like I feel like sometimes people might be like why is she that? But like no, like I like asking how people are because I feel like sometimes people just need that. Like somebody needs like you to say like, you know, are you okay? So that's why I think I always ask people like, are you okay? Like, you know, how's your day? Because people sometimes they need that. Sometimes that makes somebody's day.
Sometimes they don't have someone asking how their day is.
Yeah.
So just be courteous.
Yeah, so if it seems annoying, yeah.
Alright, I think this is just wraps up this podcast. Well, this was good. This went around and around and around, but
yeah.
The next few podcasts to look out for, I will be doing some interviews with some athletes. I'm going to have them on to the podcast. And I'm very excited for you to meet these fine young people who are going to grow and tell you what inspires them, how they got to where they are, what keeps them going. And yeah, be looking out for that. Get some advice from my little sister who's going to be a college athlete. Well, who is technically a college athlete.
Yeah, I am a college athlete. I just signed. So, yeah.
Okay. So proud. Alright, so I'm done with this. I'm gonna go take a nap.
Alright.
We'll go back.
It goes out.